The outcome of our actions, made known to us. Main scripture. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 1 to 6. My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart. For they will prolong your life many years and bring you prosperity. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. The Bible serves as a mirror for our spirits. It allows us to evaluate ourselves by the fruits we bear. Deuteronomy chapter 29 verse 29. The secret things belong to the Lord our God, but the things revealed belong to us and to our children forever, that we may follow all the words of this law. Blessings in response to obedience can manifest quickly for some, while for others they may take longer to appear. This timing is under God's control and remains a mystery to us. What is certain, though, is the outcome of obedience and disobedience. Ultimately, obedience leads to blessings and life, whereas disobedience inevitably results in curses and death. Hence, we must acknowledge God in all ways. It is He who bestows both blessings and curses upon us. God's punishment and restoration promised to the Israelites. The consequences of obedience and disobedience are clearly illustrated throughout the history of the Israelites. Their persistent disobedience led to their captivity in a foreign land. We must draw lessons from the history of the Israelites. We may think, why did they continue to disobey God despite everything He did for them? He delivered them from Egypt, led them through the desert with His mighty power, and fed them with manna. Yet they persistently disobeyed Him. How wicked and stubborn they were! But upon a deeper examination of the Bible, we may see a reflection of ourselves in the Israelites. Their acts of disobedience mirror our own. God knew their persistent disobedience. He was aware that it would persist until they were led into captives to foreign lands. Nevertheless, He assured them of restoration if they returned to the path of obedience. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verses 1 to 3. God's prophecy of their captivity and subsequent restoration came to fruition. Due to their consistent disobedience, both northern and southern kingdoms faced their demise at the hands of Assur and Babylon. However, the southern kingdom of Judah experienced restoration when the Lord inspired Cyrus, king of Persia, to release the Israelites and facilitate the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem. Ezekiel chapter 1 verses 1 to 2. Ezekiel chapter 1 verses 5 to 6. Then the family heads of Judah and Benjamin, and the priests and the Levites, everyone whose heart God had moved, prepared to go up and build the house of the Lord in Jerusalem. All their neighbors assisted them with articles of silver and gold, with goods and livestock, and with valuable gifts, in addition to all the free will offerings. Nehemiah, recalling God's promise. Prophet Nehemiah recognized that the hardships he and his people faced were a result of their failure to obey the commandments and statutes and rules conveyed through Moses. Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 7. He also recalled God's promise of restoration upon their return to God's covenant. Nehemiah chapter 1 verses 8 to 9. The era of the judges. The era of the judges also illustrates God's governance in both his punishment and restoration. Whenever the Israelites committed evil in the sight of God, he permitted foreign nations to forage them. Yet, when they repented and turned back to the Lord, he punished the Gentiles for their oppression of the Israelites. Conclusion. We should recognize God in all circumstances, both in times of peace and during challenging phases. We may not know the timing of his punishments or blessings, but the consequences of our actions are always evident. Obedience leads to blessings, while disobedience brings curses.